Good morning and welcome to the Imperial Hotel in Blackpool for continued live coverage of the 2019 World 8-Ball Pool Championships. Up first this morning, the ladies semi-final between Barbara Taylor and Sharon James. Both long-time England players, both very experienced at this stage in the competition, and in the case of Barbara Taylor, the defending champion, of course. Referee for this one, Matt Ward, set up the balls for the first frame. There, Barbara just inspecting the rack and decides she's happy with the way those are set up. Both the players will be happy to get back into action. The earlier rounds of the tournament played a few days ago, so had the anticipation of this semi-final to look forward to in the main arena. Electing to go for control rather than power there. See, Barbara deliberately wasn't hitting the cue ball as hard as you'll see some players break. Sometimes that can work out, but not on this occasion. So it's Sharon James to the table first, and the red ball's her choice.
Of the screen are all very potable. She looks like she intends, I thought she might have been looking to pot that yellow all on its lonesome at the top end of screen to clear that into the table first, seeing that the black is at the bottom end of the table. And in fact that might be the go, because she probably doesn't have a clean pot on any of these four balls that are at the bottom end. Watching a queuing action. That'll give her a little bit of confidence. She got that right. Thought she was a little bit hesitant initially. That might be just her natural queuing action, the way she slowly feathers back and forth. So she's asked for that yellow to be clean. It's a bit unusual for the yellow to be maybe it's just a strategy to give her a little bit of time and calm her nerves. Going to look to pot that ball in the bottom right hand corner, and she'll have that yellow in the bottom left and probably work her way around. But of course it's all going to be about the position. She might have an opportunity to take this yellow into the so she the left middle. Just depends, as you could probably pot any of these three balls first and still work your way to clearing these last four balls. It's all a case of preference and what she feels comfortable with. So it's going to be the yellow into the bottom left. Nice and easy. And now I suspect it'll be the yellow into the bottom right, and try and leave herself nice and straight for the yellow into the left middle, so that she doesn't have any trouble getting position on black. That's a nice clear view of her bridge and her queuing action. Whatever it is, it's got her to this stage, to the semi-final of a World Championship, so I can't criticise it. Very steady. Strong thumb poking out from her left hand. Of course, that's very important to keep that cue stable as it's feathering through. So far so good. Left herself a relatively easy back into the bottom left, and I don't think that red should give her any trouble. Oh yeah, she's actually bridging over that red, so that increases the degree of difficulty. And yes, she's got it, and Martyn's going to lead 1-0 in this match against Amy Beauchamp of England. She's the number 4 seed in this event. She draws first blood against a previous world champion, Katie, and she should be quite happy with that first frame. She seemed to sort through any nerves that she might have had, and she had that slightly awkward bridge for the black for the last border pot, and she did it without any problem. So she's going to still stay at the table because she's got the next break. Amy Beauchamp of England, 0. And the referee, of course, Claire Watts. She's racking. And the score has now been adjusted. It reads Katie Martyn of England 1. Just a little note on on the rules. There were no rule changes this year. However, there was a few a few notations, and one of them was to take on board the setup of the balls. As you can see, the 2 reds at the top of the triangle. The setup of the balls now forms part of the rules, and it's Katie Martyn still at the table. And apologies, but Amy's name is, I understand, is pronounced Beauchamp or Beauchamp. I think I'll go for Beauchamp. Okay, so it would appear that yes, that's a good break to Katie. I'd say she'll probably take the reds here. Yeah, yes, this red into the bottom right hand corner, and all the reds are nicely in potable positions. So we just have to negotiate the black, which is on that left cushion, but that'll certainly run to the top left hand pocket. So she'll take this red over the middle right, then probably take either the red in the middle of the table to the opposite corner, wherever she prefers. I think I'd be taking the red across to the middle left. Low. She's also got that red to the bottom left if she so desires, but she taking a few of those 30 seconds just to stay nice and calm. Both these players have got a very good composure, and neither of them rush around the table. You can see her stance, so she prefers this red into the bottom left. And of course that's meant the white is going to travel a little bit, but she's got that insurance that she's got that red over the middle left. It still means that she has to hold the white and find a position for the next red. Okay, she's going to take the red at the top of the table. That should bring her white around nicely, close to the middle of the table. Ooh, and she's caught that yellow. I don't think she had plans for that. Looks like she might be snookered on the red over the middle pocket, and very awkward on the red, which is in the middle of the table, because the yellow has nestled nice and close to it. So she's going to have to go into plan B, or maybe she might try a little swerve if she can, because she just asked the referee if that's a total snooker. In other words, can she hit some of that red over the middle pocket? Because if it was a total snooker, you'd be able to relax the rule of having to. There you go, she's going to try the swerve. Probably doesn't need a lot of swerve. She's just gone into the stance to play the shot, and this will be interesting to see if she can do it. She's having second thoughts. It's a good try, but not quite. She managed to get a little bit of swerve, but she needed just a little bit more to get to the middle of that red and put it into the pocket. So of course this has let Amy in. As you can see, it's best of 13 frames. So by my calculation, whoever reaches to 7 first is going to be the winner. Both reds. She may try and pot the. So Amy's opted to play a safety shot. I think she's left Katie though on that to that top left-hand pocket, or run the red she's going for on the right and head it to the top right-hand pocket. Looks like she's shaping up to hit with a bit of stun, so she'll probably hit this ball quite firm. Yeah, it's a good effort, but not quite. So Katie Martyn back to the table. So Katie's got this easy red into the bottom left, and then she may try and stun. She's got the angle to stun into that red. That's it. So that means she's got the yellow, which is nearest the cushion, into this bottom left. She hasn't tried to pot. I would say that's the one she'll take, and she'll be able to sort of stun out and get position on the yellow, which is closest to the white at present. And I don't think that was a miscue, surely. I think she's just tried to play a safety. She probably wasn't confident of potting out, so hence tried to leave it tight and still keep the yellow promoted somewhere. But I don't think the white finished quite where she would have liked it. She probably wanted to be much closer to that yellow and prevent a shot, which Katie has at the moment, to the top right hand pocket. She can play this red up to the top right. Yeah, that's I thought that was going to go, but it would have been nice if it did. That red probably snuck into that bottom left hand pocket. It's a little bit of toing and froing here. Amy can cut that yellow nearest the middle pocket into that right middle pocket. Amy Beauchamp. Look at the steady high bridge. So she's taking that ball to the top right. She'll probably take that yellow now to the top left. Just stun out. Just stun slightly and keep her white fairly close to where that object ball is, I would say. That's how she's shaping up. Comes around, she's got either the yellow down the rail into the bottom left, or she's got that clean up the yellow into the middle pocket, middle right. Championships, coming to you from Blackpool here in England. And she's missed that pot. These are the Supreme World 8. I think Katie's probably started slightly better in this match, and the score tells the story as well. She had that lovely opportunity to pot out early. Interesting to see if she tries to force this into the pocket and send her white around, or whether she just tries to cover. She's got that red hard up against the cushion at the top of the screen, and it'd be interesting if that was anything like what she wanted to do there. Unfortunately, I suspect she was probably trying to cover that left-hand pocket, but something went wrong with her action there. What can Amy do here? She may play a snooker here, but no. I thought she might have played the snooker on the yellow nearest to white, but no, she's playing a little bit more aggressive. She's played a nice pot there. Nice, very steady pot. She may try and promote these two yellows that are closest to that red on the left. I don't think either of them will go. Yeah. And of course, definitely a legal shot, because that red touched that left cushion. For those of you that may not know, that are new to watching this form of 8-ball, a ball must hit a cushion after the cue ball strikes a ball, or the white ball. The cue ball may also hit a cushion. And of course, off the break, 4 balls must hit a cushion, and of course these rules are in place to try and keep the game flowing and not have long drawn out games where people just run up behind balls and snooker. You can still play snookers, but it requires a little bit of a strategy. So a little bit of cat and mouse in this frame now. So Amy's on yellows. So as you snook it on these 2 balls that are on the left of table, she can hit part of that. She can hit that. Actually, she should be able to pot that yellow into the bottom right-hand pocket. But that's a nice shot. I think Katie Martyn's restricted. She can probably just feather that red on the left of table, and she appears to be snookered on the red in the middle of the table. Maybe an overhead shot, we might be able to tell. So Katie will probably just try and promote that red and run her white to the other end of the table. That's exactly what she does. So a good pot here from Amy could certainly could set herself up to take this frame. But Amy still seems like she's trying to play herself into some rhythm. So she's potted that nicely. And yeah, she's certainly got a pot on that yellow, which is closest to cushion. Should be able to run that down into the bottom left and stay on that side of the other yellow to pot it into the same pocket, and then try and run that black to the top left-hand pocket. So that's all gone according to plan, except the yellow has kicked out now. I think she was hoping for a little bit better result than that. So now she's got to venture a little bit. That yellow probably cuts into the bottom right, but it's a really fine cut. Not sure whether she'll attempt that or whether she'll maybe go for a double into the bottom left pocket. Again, shot preference, looks like she's hitting it full. Yeah, she's gone for the bottom left. And yeah, it wouldn't have been very good if she potted it either, because she's sneaking on the black. And of course she's let Katie in now. Katie's got a good opportunity here to take this frame, take control of this frame at this stage. If you can get a pot on one of these two reds now, and the black where it is, and the yellow being close to this cushion, she can quite liberally go for these two balls, knowing that her opponent's probably not going to pot out in the next shot. It's a nice steady pot. That's a great shot by Katie. She's left herself a straight red into the top right hand pocket. Having a good look at it. Of course, no shot's too easy. Got to keep your concentration. Keep your cueing action going according to what best works for you. As you can see, she sort of stops at the back of her. That was a good pot. Guess all she was concerned about was potting that ball. And now I guess she'll try and promote this black to the top left-hand pocket. Of course, if it goes in, that's a bonus. But if she gets it really close and not pot, puts a lot of pressure on Amy the next shot. Concentrated really hard, and that's a lovely pot on the black to Katie Martyn of England. She's taken a 2-0 lead in this semi-final at this Supreme World 8-Ball Pool Championships, coming to you from Blackpool here in England. So Katie Martyn 2, Amy Beauchamp 0 at this stage. And Claire Watts goes down to bring all the balls out of the chute, set the balls up. Of course, 2 reds to the top of the triangle. So these championships are coming to you live stream, courtesy of the WPF live stream. And Yvonne Armitage is making this all possible for us. So that's a nice break by Amy, but I can't find a ball potted. Oh yes, yellow's down. So it's Amy Beauchamp at the table. By the end of the match I'll get the pronunciation right. I apologise. Having a good look, she's trying to work out which, because of course she's still got a choice. She can choose what her preference is. She can change to red if she wants to. And she's staying on yellows. She'll probably just run that yellow down to this bottom left-hand pocket. She played that a little bit more aggressive than what I would have thought. But I think the object might have been to get her white down as far as possible to try and not leave her opponent too much. Katie's got a couple of balls she can pot here. She's got a red into the middle pocket, or she can run it right down to the top left to either take control, that's what she's going for, or pot. Yeah, she's got the pot. It was a good pot. I think maybe she was looking to cover that pocket and take control. Just Just the way she looked at that and hesitated as before she stood up. Martyn, she's off to a good start. And of course the other semi-final is Barbara Taylor and Sharon James. Of course these are all England semi-finals, both of these, and in that match Barbara Taylor's leading 1-0. She's defending world champion. So Katie's just played a safety shot there. So here's Amy, she's going to take that yellow across and pots that nicely. And now for her next shot. She's got yellow near the black that she can sort of cut to the right hand corner, but she's going for this yellow on the left hand side just to promote it out. Both players not confident that they'd be able to pot out from this position, so just jostling for their balls to be in potting positions and hope to get to have a go at the pot out before their opponent. Interesting to see if she pots or simply tries to set this up. Yeah, I thought she may try and set this up and take command of this bottom left-hand corner to make it more difficult for her opponent to pot out. And of course, Amy won this world title in 2017. And also 2015. So she's clearly, I suspect she'd be the favourite in this match, but her seedings tend to suggest that as well. But Katie's the one with the score on the board at the moment. So I'll be interested to see. So she's going to take that red probably to the middle pocket. Or to the end. Looks like she's aiming for the end, the top right hand pocket. No, middle. So Katie's on the reds. Now she'll probably take that red, which is on the left cushion. She'll run it, possibly run it onto the. I thought she might take the opportunity now to run that red onto this red over the bottom left-hand pocket. But she's looking at that red to the right-hand top pocket. Yeah, back to this end of the table. And that didn't quite fall. It's probably, I think she would have liked that to fall, because if Amy would have hit a bit of form, she would be capable of going out from here, but at this stage of the match, possibly you wouldn't think so, but you're kind of expecting at any moment Amy will hit her straps, and you'll see a few brilliant shots come out from a former world champion. Just like that. It was just steady, nothing spectacular, but it was hit right. It went straight into the pocket, and here she's got She's got an opportunity here, I believe, to pot this awkward yellow. But she may not take it, because at the moment it's actually preventing reds from winning the frame. So she's going to come back down the bottom end of table, going for that yellow into the bottom right, and that's a lovely pot. This is exactly what we're talking about. That's the sort of stuff that world champions tend to be able to do. Of course, you can take this yellow into the bottom right hand pocket, in other words the yellow one ball off the cushion, and stay on the yellow which is on the cushion or very close to the cushion. The tricky part's going to be how to pot the ball in the top left hand pocket and get back for the black, or get good position on black. So that's not quite according to the plan, but it still worked quite well, because the pocket is covered, and unlikely that Katie will be able to go out here unless she was to be able to get a really good position where she could pot a ball and break that red closest to yellow out. So she'll probably cannon red onto red here, and maybe she's looking at doubling that red back to the bottom left hand pocket onto these two balls. Or would she be brave enough to cut it across the table past that yellow, playing for the inner over to cover the yellow? No, she's going for the easier option at this stage. The way she's shaping up, she looks like she wants to get up to the other end of the table. So she's achieved that, and she's got nicely to that side of the red, and to me it looks like she's got the angle to pot that red in the top right hand pocket, and with bottom and a little bit of side, break into those two balls. Let's see if she does attempt that. Just watch this shot. No, unfortunately that went all wrong, but that was her intention, I'm sure, because what's happened now is that by not achieving what she'd set out to break those two balls, she's lost her white, and now it's plan B. Probably the best you can do is just try and run down to that red and just touch it. She's having a look to see if she's going to play a legal shot if she does, or what she needs to do to play a legal shot in case that yellow. And now she's left her opponent open there. Amy can simply work out which way she wants to do this. Yeah, she's going to get rid of that ball first. Make her way back to this end of the table. Looking for an angle she needs to get to put this yellow down the rail into the bottom left, and then leave herself on black. I think she's looking for no, she's got an extension. She's going for the extension on the cue so that she doesn't have to use the bridge. Quickly unscrew the butt. And she's left a nice angle so that she can run this yellow to the bottom left hand pocket and the white will run out and hopefully put this black into the bottom left hand pocket as well. So this is Amy Beauchamp looking to get her first frame on the board in the semi-final. The number 2 seed in this event. Okay, she's brought the white out beautifully, but unfortunately the yellow didn't pot, and she's given her opponent another chance here. That's a big miss because the score could have been 1-2 compared to the potential of 3-0, which is a big difference. But she has a couple of options here. She plays down the table, or she could try and snooker on this red nearest the left pocket. But she probably thinks that's just an easy up and down for Amy, so she's going to go to that red at the top of the screen. That's a lovely pot. Yeah, the sort of pots you've got to make if you are going to make it to a World Championship final. So now she's got this red. She pots it into the bottom left-hand pocket, holds her white, and sends the black into the bottom right for a 3-0 lead. She must be starting to grow in confidence. Of course, both these girls are from England, so they probably know each other's games. So she's just got that, just potted that. She probably wanted to be a little bit straighter on the black, but that angle's fine. She shouldn't have any trouble in putting this black into the bottom right-hand pocket. Let's watch this shot. Bridging on the table. And Katie Martyn takes a 3-0 lead against Amy Beauchamp, both players from England. And I just wonder what's going through Amy's mind now, finding herself 3-0 down when she did have the opportunity to stay a little bit closer with the score. But of course we know that she's a former 2-time world champion, and it wouldn't be unusual for her to fight back from this position. But Katie must be, I would say she's probably growing in confidence. She'd be happy with her start, and she'll be looking to keep going from here. Of course, we're coming to you from Blackpool here in England, the Imperial Hotel. It's been a great World Championship, record numbers. We're coming to you on live stream. We've had live streaming every day from this event. Tournament director Alan Benton and the English Pool Association, of course, host this event under the auspices of the World 8-Ball Pool Federation. Of course, the World 8-Ball Pool Federation started way back in 1992, November 92, so we've been going 27 years. Katie Martyn to break, leading 3-0. And there's an aerial shot of this break. The balls look like they might be just off, but that's okay. Yellow ball pots. Red's going to the bottom right of screen. So a red and a yellow down. Player has choice. And reds are looking better for me. They're all well and truly off cushions. So Amy's nominated reds. Of course, a player must nominate. It's a lovely pot. Hope you're enjoying this wherever you might be watching. At the moment it's quite a reasonable hour to be watching in Australia. Lots of 8-ball supporters in Australia. Big cheerio to anybody who's watching in Adelaide, because of course that's where I'm from. But there's plenty of pool players all over Australia. Very popular sport over there, like it is in many countries, all the African countries, most of Europe. Katie's having a little bit of a grin. Maybe she probably wanted to go back a little bit further for that shot, but should be still okay. I'm quite sure that red goes into that middle left pocket, and she should be able to hold her white to come down to these two reds in the bottom of the bottom of screen. She's played that firm. That's turned out nicely for her. She's got the red into the bottom left, unless the black, can't quite tell how close she is to the black. Maybe she hasn't got the angle to put that red in the bottom left. Let's have a good look at it. If she can't, then she'll probably play the double into the bottom right. I'm just going to have to wait and see. Oh, that's a lovely shot. That's a wonderful cannon off that yellow ball. And now we can really see that Katie's starting to grow even more in confidence, going for those sort of shots. So this is a race to 7. She's looking to probably screw back and get as close as possible. Actually, she just, yeah, the angle's taken her to the top end of table, and this is quite a good position. She can take that red either into the middle left-hand pocket or to the bottom left. She's looking to see if that black. She's got a few options here as to where she gets positioned for the black. I think we'll just watch her and see what her preference is. At this stage I'd say she's just concentrating hard on getting that red into the middle pocket, chin over the cue. And that's worked out beautifully for her. Of course, black to the bottom right-hand pocket for a 4-0 lead. I'm sure Amy didn't expect this. Concentration. And Katie Martyn of England takes a 4-0 lead. She's creeping towards that magical 7, which will give her a spot in the World Championship final against Amy Beauchamp. Wow. Wherever you might be watching in the world, a warm welcome from yours truly, Joe Fanto. My pleasure to bring you a little bit of commentary for this semi-final of the ladies' individual event at the 2019 Supreme World Championships. Claire Watts doing her job as the referee, racking the balls, making sure they're nice and tight. With these triangles, there doesn't seem to be too much concern by the players to have a good look. They must be quite happy with the way the balls are being racked. Haven't seen any of the players inspect the the pack yet in this match. So Amy's got to try and get on the board. So there's another aerial shot, courtesy of the technical team. So no reds and no yellows. An open table for the incoming player. So we can see that the score's all tied up in the other match between Barbara Taylor and Sharon James, both players from England. They're tied up at 2-all. So Katie Martyn comes in with an open table, leading 4 frames to 0. Who would have predicted? Oh, there's a slight blemish. Will this be the turning point? Amy's got to take these opportunities, because that is a 2-shot foul. Amy will have 2 shots here to try and clear the table. I think I would probably stick to reds. The only awkward one is the one close to the black, but even that I think comes into this bottom right hand pocket. Of course the trick is to negotiate your way around the yellows, because they're all on the table, and 6 of them are gathered at the business end of the table. So it looks like she's aiming for a cannon here. Red onto red into the bottom right hand pocket. Yeah, she's just managed to get a cover there. She's still got 1 remaining shot. Probably take that red in the middle. No. Just played a safety shot. She's comes across a little bit out of character. I would have thought she, I guess once she didn't get that plant, that's when she decided that she's going to go safety. So what's going through Katie's mind, she'd be quite happy with the position she's in. Though she didn't quite play that the way she would have liked. She's short out. And maybe conscious of the fact that she's 4-0 down as well. She would have liked that either over the pocket, if not in. A world champion. She's up against it here, 0-4. Amy Beauchamp. In a race to 7. Supreme World 8-Ball Pool Championships, that reads. Supreme's been a wonderful sponsor for many years. And of course these tables are made by Supreme. It's a nice pot into the middle there by Katie. And the cloth. It's another wonderful sponsor in Strawn, or Strachan as some people pronounce it, depending on which part of the world. We like to say Strawn in Australia. They'll be going for a yellow to tuck it inside the red. Or is she going for yellow across the table? Not sure which one was supposed to be the predominant shot there. Maybe two-way bet. This game could turn into a bit of a, what appeared to be open at the start, may turn into a little bit of a strategic game. So I'm sure Amy may be slipping into slightly not wanting to lose a frame more so than trying to play hard to win the frame, but eventually she'd be hoping that she comes out on top because she needs this frame badly. The difference between 3 behind or 5 behind, depending on how this goes for her, that would be, and Katie would be saying 3 frames to go. It's a nice bridge. You can see how she's having to bridge firm over that yellow ball, and she's played that perfectly. That was the model way to play that shot for any young players looking. It's just a very firm high bridge on the table, and of course you've got to maintain that steady flow of the cue so it doesn't deviate as you cue through the ball where you aim. And she's given 2 shots away there. She takes comfort in the fact that she's covering 2 reds from preventing 2 reds from going into that bottom right hand pocket, and figures that Amy can't pot out here, and yet she was in a predicament if that red had stayed over the pocket, so hence it's what we call a deliberate foul. Okay, so Amy's had to do something about that. Managed to manoeuvre that red to cover those 2 yellows from going in the bottom right hand pocket. It'll be interesting to see if she actually tries and cover that pocket properly, because you can play that yellow, that head yellow, and get that red out. So I think she's going to try and promote it. Yeah, that's exactly what she does, even though it's still not as good as what she would have liked, because that red will still come out if played correctly onto those yellow balls. So Katie's brought that yellow ball out, so and now let's see what Amy does. Amy could go for game here because those reds are all pottable. It's only a matter of finding a good position for the black once you pot them all. She can take this red into the middle, which she does nicely. The white comes back to a perfect position to play the plant red onto red into the bottom right hand corner. And if I was Amy, I'd be trying to get a bit of rhythm going here, probably playing a little bit quicker. And that didn't fall. That didn't fall. Unfortunately, in this game, I've always had a theory that the more shots you give your opponent, the greater the probability that you'll lose. So Katie's looking to see what she can do here to maybe even get this frame. Probably thinking about the deliberate foul, but probably hasn't got the right angle to play it well enough. Deliberate foul that I was thinking was maybe to play yellow onto yellow to that red that's covering the pocket there. I wonder if she's going to play it now. Let's just watch. No, she's going to run off this. Leave everything tight. I guess Amy's just promoted that yellow out of there. Amy's got control of that pocket now, and it's kind of just a little bit of a waiting game. So Katie's on the yellow balls here. We'll have to keep track at the moment. The indicators are not up for the who's on what. Katie's on yellows and Amy's on red. And she's played that really tight in there. Katie's probably got a shot on that, shot on one and only yellow. Interesting to see what you could do here. You would think that just about no matter where she leaves it, she's going to leave Amy on to be able to pot these reds. Yeah, I thought she would have played that a bit. I would suspect that she would have liked to have played that a lot harder and get that yellow as close as possible to the top right hand pocket, so there's a bit of pressure when she's going for the pot out. But at the moment I even doubt whether Amy will try and pot out here, even though the pot out would be on, but it would need to be good. Yeah, again, still cat and mouse for a while. Amy figures she's got a little bit of time here the way those reds are, but you never know these calibre of players. They can pull out some shots sometimes that can turn these frames. We're looking at this is the semi-final stage, so there's only 4 players left in this ladies singles championship. They're playing for a spot in the grand final, which of course will be tomorrow, when these world championships will come to an end for another year. It's been a wonderful championship once again with record numbers. The team events are playing their final round. So this is time for Amy to get her first frame on the board. Let's see how she goes. I don't think she'll take this red over the bottom right because of the awkward bridge. I suspect she'll take even though she'll prefer that one, she should still be able to negotiate it. Just take this red over the bottom left and get herself into a tidy position so she can get a nice position on black. It shouldn't be too hard for her. She can just hit a fine red here, bring her white out and probably take the black into the left middle pocket, I think. I don't think she'll try and get any other or run back enough. Yeah, that's the bigger space. That's nicely done. Well done, Amy. Amy Beauchamp, 2 times world champion. She's going to be lining up to win her first frame in the semi-final. Reminder that this is a race to 7. And Amy Beauchamp is finally on the board. She trails 1-4 in this ladies semi-final against Katie Martyn, both players from England. Coming to you from the Imperial Hotel here in Blackpool, England. The 2019 Supreme World 8-Ball Pool Championships. Looks like the players may be taking a short break, but the referee has got her task. She's going to be taking the balls out of the chute. Triangle comes out first.
So, opportunity not accepted.
Just having a glimpse of the Barbara Taylor Sharon James match. Barbara Taylor looks like she's on yellows. She's going to and Sharon's leading 3-2 in that match. Of course, Barbara Taylor's the number 1 seed and Sharon the number 3. Bit of cat and mouse in that frame. That's a nice pot by Barbara. Ooh, what's going to happen here? Nothing. Missed everything, missed the red, missed the in-off. Probably going to try and promote this yellow off the cushion. He does so just slightly and leaves the white nice and tight. It's a good shot by Barb. So she's got to be careful here. Taylor. It looks like she hit red and cushion. You've got to be careful not to foul in those shots, where the red can hit the cushion first and come off, and or whether the cue ball hits the cushion first then comes off and hits the ball. But that looked like quite a legal shot. So we're back to the match between Katie Martyn and Amy Beauchamp. Players have taken a little bit of a break here. So the World 8-Ball Pool Federation and all its members met for the annual general meeting during these championships, like they do every year. Very thankful of all those that came along and contributed. We had a virtually full attendance of members, which always is excellent, and knowing that everyone's taking an interest in our future. The World 8-Ball Pool Federation has got a few exciting things happening at the moment, and hopefully things are in motion to possibly give us some significant growth in the near future. So Claire Watts looks like she's taking a little bit more time than normal to make sure those balls are racked nice and tight. Quite often you'll see that the players are quite, I won't say pedantic, but they're quite keen for all the balls to be touching, hoping to get the best reaction when they break the balls. So Katie Martyn to break, leading 4-1 in this match. Race to 7, best of 13. And Amy must be feeling better now, being on the scoreboard. So it's a nice aerial shot, courtesy of the technical team. We see the red and the yellow going down that bottom right hand pocket, so one chasing the other. So one of each balls, the player now has to nominate what her preference is. Regardless of whether a ball of each denomination went down, you still need to nominate after a break if you've potted a ball. This live streaming brought to you courtesy of the World 8-Ball Pool Federation live stream. And of course Yvonne Armitage with her technical expertise. Very grateful to her for the hours and hours of work that she does behind the scene, and in particular this live stream is a massive promotion for our game. Big cheerio to everyone wherever you're watching from. It's great to have you with us. Yours truly, Joe Fanto in the commentary. Katie Martyn, 4-1 up. Can she stretch her lead? She's on the yellow balls. Just running, trying to leave a safety. Finishing up here at near the cushion, bottom of screen. Amy has got a pot into the middle on that red near the middle of the table. middle left. I'm sure she would probably take that one on. And she plays that quite nicely, which leaves herself on a red into this bottom right hand pocket. If you can disturb that red closest to yellow, you never know what might come out of this this break. I think she sees that opportunity. Yes, breaks that out. I'm sure she would have liked to have disturbed that red, but at the same time, that may pot in the middle. I think that goes. She might have done enough to give herself an opportunity here. Having a good look at it. Certainly taking her time. And after all that, she's going to go. She's going to go to the top right-hand corner. It's a nice shot. But where to now? She does get past, she's got that red nearest the yellow, which probably comes down to this bottom right hand pocket. I'm sure she can get past the red in the middle. So Amy, concentrating hard here, knows that this is quite critical now that she gets more frames on the board and doesn't let Katie get too close to that magical 7 frames that's needed to get a spot in the World Championship final. There she goes. It looks like it's perfect. It's a great shot by Amy Beauchamp. Where to now? Red to the top left. The red, both those reds are close to the middle of the table. Just asking a question here, I'm not sure, maybe asking for timeout. Just queuing up on this red closest to the white. I'm going to have to just watch and see what, maybe she's trying to cannon. Yeah, no, I just couldn't quite tell which one she was queuing for, and she was queuing to the top left and unfortunately missed the pot, and now she's let her opponent in. This is an opportunity for Katie to go 5-1 up. She'll only need a couple of good pots, but all the balls, apart from the one which is on this cushion, all the balls are out in the open, so it's very negotiable. I don't believe in trying to predict every pot, but because we've all got our preferences as to which way we're going to go. I think some would have gone for the yellow closest to the bottom right, and some will go for that yellow she's going for to the top right. Says that, yeah, she's just on it. Taking that yellow in the bottom right hand corner. Leaves herself nicely to take this yellow on the rail and put it into the left hand bottom pocket. Katie Martyn at the table at present on the yellow balls, looking to take a 5-1 lead. Of course, until you win that 7th frame, you never say you've won. We've seen some big comebacks in these matches, particularly when you're playing a 2-time world champion in Amy Beauchamp. You're looking looking for that big sigh of relief once that black goes down in the 7th frame. They're playing for a spot in the World Championship final for the ladies singles. I think she would have liked that white to come off the cushion, because as you can see, you can't see too much of that white ball, the cue ball. That's a lovely pot, but the white stayed on the cushion. It increases the degree of difficulty because you've got not much to play with, so you've got to be precise with your cueing through that little bit of white that you've got poking on top of the cushion. So you're going to be bridging on the table. Let's see which way she wants to go. I think she might go for that yellow in the right hand middle pocket. No? Wow. I didn't expect that. So it looked like a very deliberate... Changed her mind to the left middle. Shot to play that yellow to prevent the red to come down. Instead of taking the game on, surprising, unless it was a miscue, but I doubt it. She's trying to make sure her opponent doesn't win the frame. She obviously wasn't confident that she could pot out. For me, I thought the opportunity was there. Now it's a little bit more awkward to try and get your first pot, but it's still opportunities there. Yeah, she's looking at the pot into this bottom left-hand pocket on the yellow that she's closest to with the cue ball. Here we go. She's played that nicely. And that white, in my opinion, is perfect. For whichever yellow you want. You can play yellow to the top right. You can play yellow to the middle left. Nice confident yellow to the top right. Just stun back slightly yellow into the middle left. But of course it's Katie's turn. Katie's shot. Yeah, she's going for the top right. She's got it. 2 shots from taking a 5-1 lead. Now does she go yellow top left or yellow in the middle? It's probably a lot cleaner if you went for the top left, because you could just stun the white back and then put the black in the middle right, but we'll see what her preference is. I think she's queuing up for the middle. She does that, and that's turned out perfectly for her. Could have been a disaster, but no. Black over the middle pocket, and they're the sort of shots you want on the black. Katie Martyn, the number 4 seed, takes a 5-1 lead against Amy Beauchamp, the former world champion, the number 2 seed, and of course the favourite for this match. But things not going according to plan for the favourite in this Ladies World Championship singles event. Semi-final for a spot in the grand final. Of course, we're coming to you from the Imperial Hotel here in Blackpool, England. These are the Supreme World 8-Ball Pool Championships. Supreme, of course, manufacturers of these wonderful tables that we've been playing on all championships, with the nice green strawn cloth on them. Also a sponsor of the World Championships and of the World 8-Ball Pool Federation. Been a wonderful championships, and we thank all the participants from all the different countries around the world who do a great job during the year in preparing their teams to take part and support the World 8-Ball Pool Federation. And that's Amy Beauchamp. Can she get back into this match, or is it beyond her? You would think she'd certainly be capable. It was a good break, but unfortunately nothing fell. When things are going for you, one of those two balls would have fallen. You know, you got one on the edge of the pocket in the bottom right hand corner, you've got another one very close to the middle. So Katie's going to take that red into the right middle pocket. She'll probably run a little bit further than she would have liked, but and of course we've got a 2-5 scoreline. Both favourites need to make a comeback. Sharon James leads Barbara Taylor, but you can see that was never going to go from the start. That aerial shot makes it a lot easier to in the other match. So that's an aerial view, taking that red to that top right hand pocket to see the direction of the balls. And of course that's courtesy of our technical team, and our technical team made up of the one and only Yvonne Armitage. Organising and preparing and setting up this live stream which beams our game on the World Wide Web throughout anywhere you might get internet in the world. So big cheerio to all of you watching. It's a great pleasure to be able to contribute a little bit by giving you a little bit of commentary on this match. And at the table at the moment you've got Amy Beauchamp, number 2 seed, trailing 1 frame to 5. I don't think anybody would have predicted this scoreline at this stage of the match, but it's not over yet. I'm sure Amy wants to have a bit of a say in this match before it's all over. But Katie's certainly going from strength to strength. And now you see she's actually picked up the pace. This is the fastest I've seen her walk around the table the whole match. Is this a sign that now she needs business? She wants to get this match over and done with? It's like she's sending out a message. Looks like she's going to run this red to the bottom left-hand pocket. Nice stable stance. She's very little movement with the feathering of the cue, and of course she's missed that one. She just does a few strokes back and forth with the cue when she feathers. Different players have got, as I say, different strokes for different players. So Amy's on yellow. She's going to try and promote that yellow first, and she would like that to be over the pocket a bit more. She would have been hoping to cover to prevent the red that's on this bottom cushion from going into that bottom left-hand pocket. At the moment, all the balls are potable. It's only the black that you've got to negotiate an awkward position. But I think Katie's going to take this on. It's a be in or over. I'm sure she's hoping for in. Okay. Well, she's certainly got control of this frame as well, with that pocket covered now. Katie Martyn getting on with business. What can Amy do? I'm sure she's not going to go down without a fight. And at this stage she probably still doesn't have any plans of going down either. So she's played a good safety shot there, leaving things very tight. We're going to tuck in behind those reds. Just leave the white down in that top left-hand corner. I didn't think that red potted. But that's okay because so she's heading in that direction. Katie's got 3 of the 6 pockets covered. Wow. And Amy's been game enough to give her 2 shots as well. She's obviously confident that where that black is, that Katie's not going to pot out, even with 2 shots. Interesting to see if Katie takes this on. I don't think so, otherwise she wouldn't be pausing for as long as she is, I don't think. See, that white could run down and pot this red in the bottom right hand pocket if you were game enough to have a go, but she's not keen because she's probably not overconfident that she can negotiate potting all those balls and getting on the black. So now she's promoted that red to the middle, and that red does go in the middle right hand pocket. Tucks her chalk away into a little pocket on the side of her vest. Players have got different habits as to what they do with their chalk. That's an interesting shot. Not quite sure what the purpose of that is. She's not confident to go out, so she's just played that red into the area where her other 2 reds are. And now Amy has tried to take control of that pocket. Looks like it's going to turn into a tactical game. She might even play a deliberate foul and try and nudge her red closer to the pocket to take full control of this left-hand bottom pocket. It's a deliberate foul and it's fallen. That's what she didn't want. That gives Amy 2 shots. Still not, still a fairly awkward pot out, because you've got that yellow nearest the red in the bottom right hand pocket and you've got the yellow near the black. But with 2 shots, I don't think she's going to... So she's taking this red into the middle. She is, and she's got a lovely position on that yellow closest to black. Be interested to see if she has a go at potting out here. Certainly going to get rid of this awkward yellow into the middle, and promoted the black to be pottable in that middle right hand pocket or down the end. So she still has 2 shots. She still has 2 shots and only 1 ball, which is awkward. So in theory, you would think that Amy should be able to pot out from here and peg back another frame. You saw that she didn't try to do anything at all with that, with her cue ball. She said this is the best position to double that yellow back to. So she's left a double on this yellow. It's a good shot. You saw that she didn't try to do anything at all with that, with her cue ball. She said this is the best position to double that yellow back to that bottom left-hand pocket. And she's played that perfectly, I think. Not quite. But she's still got that shot in hand, because that's her first miss. And as you can see, 2 yellows potable in that bottom left-hand pocket, and then that black is waiting for her into the middle. So I'd say she'll take this nice and firm and screw back a little bit with the white so that she can get an easy shot on the black into the middle right-hand pocket. That's exactly what she does. Amy Beauchamp gets another frame on the board. She trails 2 frames to 5 against Katie Martyn, both players from England in this Ladies World Championships semi-final. Let's take a score from the other match, where the score there is still Sharon James 5 and Barbara Taylor 2. So both seeds at the moment trailing 2-5. The number 1 and 2 seeds in each respective semi-final trailing 2 frames to 5 against their respective opponents. So these semi-finals have gone according to seeds by the look of the 1, 2, 3, 4 seeds into the semi-finals, like that's what you would expect, but rarely happens. And at the moment you can see Claire Watts, the referee, racking up the balls. Is this the start of Amy's comeback? She still trails by 3 frames in a race to 7. And Katie would be saying, I only need 2 more frames. Coming to you from the Imperial Hotel here in Blackpool, England, the 2019 Supreme World Championships of 8 ball. There's a beautiful aerial shot where we can get a perfect view of the break and see the interaction of all the balls. There we go. I think I saw one disappear in the bottom right hand pocket. You can't afford to blink or you'll miss it. 7 reds. Yeah, I blinked and I didn't see anything go down because everything's still on the table, even the cue ball. So, incoming opponent. Amy Beauchamp. Two times world champion. So she's chosen to just play safety. Just run off that red, put her on a cush and leave with the white in the corner. It looks like a pretty safe shot. Maybe there's a yellow that cuts into the middle right, but I don't think so. You need to cannon it off that red. Let's say this might be followed by another safety. She's going to take this yellow maybe to the end pocket. Got to run this right down. Always difficult, these shots, because you can catch the jaw like that, or you can go too far right and you... So it's Amy Beauchamp back at the table. No balls potted yet, and each opponent has been to the table. She's going to take this yellow into the bottom right hand corner. So Amy's on yellows. Amy on yellows, Katie on the reds. Amy's at the table. Just played another safety. I'm sure she's keen to only go for it when she knows that she can get a result. And now also in the back of her mind, I've got to prevent my opponent from getting that 6th and 7th frame. She's got to be careful to find the right balance of attack and defence in these situations. You can't become too obsessed with defence, because if you're continually defending, it means you're not attacking enough to get the frames on the board. So Katie just plays out a snooker and in off. Opportunity for Amy Beauchamp as she strolls to the balk end of the table, puts the chalk in the pocket, has a good look, lines up for what appears to be a yellow into the middle pocket. Navigating a few shots in advance, trying to plan. What would she be planning for a second shot? Maybe the yellow into this bottom right hand pocket. And what would she be planning for her next shot? The yellow into the top right hand pocket, or the yellow into the bottom left? Out of that pack. That's really opened it up for her now, that we're she'll be well and truly thinking, I can do this. Limbers up. That's a lovely shot where she disturbed that red. She starts to increase her stride as well in this match. Up until now we've seen the players pretty well just slowly walking around the table. It's as if they're starting to grow in stature. This is where I've got to bring my best game. Yeah, she just likes to slip the chalk into her normal trouser pockets. Some have pouches, some put it into their vests, some have magnetic attachments to their belts. She's walking around the table with an element of confidence here. Went down very quickly and took that shot. On the yellow, on the final yellow, bottom left hand corner. Comes out nicely for the black to the middle right. Amy Beauchamp, former world champion, number 2 seed here. She's got the black in the middle. She trails 3 frames to 5, and she's well and truly in this match. I'm sure Katie can feel her coming. Katie Martyn 5, Amy Beauchamp 3. Number 2 seed versus number 4 seed, both players from England in this Ladies World Championship semi-final, coming to you from the Imperial Hotel here in Blackpool, England. And look at the scoreline in the other semi-final. Sharon James leads 6-2 against the defending world champion. Could we have 2 upsets in these semi-finals? So Barbara's on the reds. Okay, she's got a pot out here if she's playing well. She just needs a few good shots. Played that nicely. She's got that red on the cushion. Doesn't have to travel very far to the pocket, but it's got to be accurate. It'll come out nicely for that red into the red to the top left if she plays it right. She's played that nice and firm with confidence. Here we are back to the Amy Beauchamp and Katie Martyn. Amy breaks. Balls potted. There's a couple of balls potted. So, looks like there's 2 reds potted. And a yellow. And the white's just camouflage. A spotted white was created. We had a particular sponsor that had preference to be using for us to be using the spotted white next to that yellow ball. The spotted white, of course, which came in 2006, has stayed with us ever since. Of course, with the spots you can see what spin is on the ball and gives you an idea of how the player has worked the ball or what's happened with the interaction of the object balls and the spin that's been put on the white. Makes for more interesting viewing. So, Katie Martyn on reds. She just promoted that red to the top right hand pocket. But Amy Beauchamp Beauchamp's got opportunity here if she's playing well, as you should be at this stage of the match if you're going to win it. So that's a nice pot. She's got that yellow into the middle pocket now. And of course Katie's led this match all the way so far. She burst out to a 5-0 lead. 4-0 lead, sorry, before Amy won her first frame. Can Amy pull this one back as well and just get to within one frame and really put some pressure on Katie, making her wonder whether she can win these last 2 frames. Sharon James leads Barbara Taylor 6-3. So Barbara did manage to clear those balls in that frame that we were watching previously, in between frames. But in the meantime, Amy gets on with business here. Can she do it? Can she pull another frame back? She's won 2 of the last 3 frames. So confidence must be building. I'm sure she absolutely feels that she can still win this match. That's nicely paced shot. She can take this yellow to the bottom right hand corner and then be on the yellow into the middle and then onto the black. Amy Beauchamp, 2 times world champion, at the table at present. Circling the table like a caged lion. And she's missed. She's missed. So, it's not going to be that visit. think it's unlikely that Katie's going to be able to clear these 5 balls. But Amy would be disappointed with that. It's a missed opportunity for the time being. So now Katie's got opportunity to try and take control of this frame. Will she take the easy ball over the top right hand pocket and work her way back, say, to a snooker? Certainly looks like she's going to take that ball over the top right hand pocket. She's ran through the table, in the top half of the table on the cushion. Probably snooker behind that ball. Through that. So I'd say she's going to promote that red, which is I'll just promote it and leave the white there. Yeah, she's laid the snooker. Taken the red ball off the cushion. She's managed to snooker her opponent on the yellow over the pocket here on the bottom right, and she snookered her opponent on that yellow nearest the middle of the table. Now, will Amy try and get out of this, or will she also try and play a defensive shot? Looks like she's going to try and play that yellow off the cush. No, she's played that yellow over the pocket, and of course that's a great shot because now it gives her opportunity to win this frame because she's got a shot on that yellow into the middle pocket. So what appeared to be a good snooker, Amy's managed to turn it around, and this is what world champions do. The more shots you give them, the greater the probability they're going to win the frame. This is going to take a good pot because, as you can see, she's got an awkward bridge over that pocket. But she plays a beautifully, absolutely beautiful shot by Amy Beauchamp. Perfect on the black. She's coming. She's 4 frames to 5 down. Only 1 frame separates these two great players from England in Katie Martyn and Amy Beauchamp. Katie leads 5 frames to 4 against Amy Beauchamp. This is turning into to be one of those epic semi-finals. It's a race to 7. Katie seems to have she's struggling to get these last 2 frames. She was fast out of the blocks.
The last yellow.
Now we're back to the Barbara Taylor and Sharon James match. Looks like this is match winning opportunity. She's got this yellow into the middle, and you can see where the black is. We're talking the number 3 seed against the number 1 seed and defending world champion. This could be the end of the road for the defending world champion. And she's gone to the top. And now she's left Barbara on the black. I'm going to have my eye on... Okay, let's concentrate on the break here. Barbara Taylor's still in the match. She managed to take that frame. Okay, let's concentrate on the match at hand on your screen. Looks like that was a dry break. 1, 2, 3. No, there's a yellow missing. And a red missing. So Katie's playing yellows. She's promoted that to this bottom left-hand pocket. So I imagine she must have nominated yellows. So now it's Amy Beauchamp. Can she level the score? I'm sure the tension's building. I'd love to know what's going through Katie's mind. Maybe she's starting to doubt herself. I wouldn't think so. Players of this calibre, I would think they remain positive. Positive and confident that they can take the match. But Amy, that red's over the pocket. Katie's kind of racing around the table now. I think she's just trying to find that rhythm where you can string together 4 or 5 shots like that. It's a lovely double by Katie Martyn. Yeah, so she's looking for the cannon off that yellow onto red. She's also got that yellow near the black which can come into this bottom, come close to this bottom right hand pocket. I don't think it actually pots because the red's in the way. Now, apart from this ball that she's got over the left hand pocket, she doesn't seem to have anything directly potable, so that's why she's looking for those other alternatives. She's not keen to take the ball over the pocket. So you can see what she attempted, but Amy just looking to take that pocket. Didn't quite do that the way she would have liked. I think Katie's going to deal with this immediately in terms of trying to take control of this bottom right hand pocket. Probably play that yellow into the cushion, nudge the red out of there. She's going to get the bridge. I haven't seen any player use the bridge at all in this match. I think she's finally asked for it. There we go. First use of the bridge in the match. And that's certainly not what she intended. So Amy's very pensive here. She's on the reds. She's just had her red take full control of this bottom right hand pocket. She's got an awkward red next to that black. It's got a red on the right hand cushion which runs down and can cannon onto the red over the pocket. So for now she's going to take the red to the top. She was hoping for a direct pot, but didn't quite come off, as you can see. So Amy Beauchamp back to the table on red balls. Yeah, she wouldn't be keen to try and pot out yet because of that awkward red next to the black. But I think she's not quite sure what's the best first option. Maybe she would just promote that red that's on the cushion into the middle of the table. At the same time, you'd be wary of giving your opponent a chance to. So that's an unusual shot. She's potted the opponent's easiest ball, which was over the pocket. So she obviously thinks that her opponent cannot win this frame from here with 2 shots. Now we can see that there's no easy first pot. I think that's pretty brave. I certainly wouldn't have picked that shot, but I'm just commentating. Can Katie take this opportunity? So she's promoted this past the middle. And she's going to run this yellow back to that same pocket where that yellow was. So far Amy's made the right decision. So this yellow puts things back to where we started at the start of the shot. So let's see what Amy's strategy is going to be now. Will she nudge the black towards her red to make it awkward for her opponent to pot out? Yeah. She's done that, but that red has finished up in what I would call a Katie Martyn zone, with these yellows and the yellow blocking this bottom left-hand pocket. Of course, you can get to this side of that red to pot it somewhere, but the degree of difficulty is. Let's just see how it evolves, rather than trying to make too much prediction. Katie Martyn at the table at the moment. She's wondering, how can I get these last 2 frames? The first 4 or 5 came. The first 4 just seemed to roll off, and she edged a little bit closer with the 5th. But in the meantime, Amy Beauchamp was putting together a comeback. So she's made a move. I think she would have liked that yellow to stay over the pocket, so she probably didn't quite hit that the way she wanted to, because the yellow's been lost and brought out, and just got to. I'm pretty sure she can get to that yellow on this bottom cushion right now, and her white would then run out. But at the same time, it might be a good time to take this yellow into the middle pocket, the one nearest that red, near the middle of the table. What's her preference? Barbara Taylor seems to be making a comeback on the other table. She's certainly not going to lie down. It's a nice pot by Katie Martyn. Can she edge a little bit closer to that 7-frame target? The match is getting interesting on the other table. Barbara Taylor now trails 5 frames to 6. And that's a lovely shot by Katie. But the big question, can she get position on the black after she pots this yellow ball into the middle pocket? She looks like she's just going to leave herself a double. Wow. It's pretty game. Thought she might have. I guess she was queuing high on the ball, so Amy would still be thinking, I've got a good chance to win this frame. And Katie would be desperate to find a way to pot this black. Will she try and come off the cushion and hit the black from behind into this bottom left-hand pocket, or will she try the double? Let's watch. Tries a double and it's going to the middle pocket, but misses. The jaw became the goalkeeper and knocked that black into the middle of the table. Amy has opportunity to bring this score to a 5-5. nice pot to start off the break. All balls in the middle of the table except one which is on the cushion, but that has a ball which is over the pocket that you can just easily cannon along the rail. So Amy would be feeling reasonably confident about making this pot out to level the scores. In this Ladies Women's Championship semi-final, coming to you from the Imperial Hotel here in Blackpool, England. Hosts the English Pool Association under the sanction of the World 8-Ball Pool Federation. Amy Beauchamp, 2 times world champion, at the table to level the scores at 5-all. She currently trails 4-5. Here we go, these are the crucial shots. You've got to keep your cool, stay confident. Keep any gremlins out of your mind, knowing that you can do it. You've done it many times before. This is just one more time. Crucial shot. Laid that nicely. The red stayed very potable. You can take this red into the bottom left. I'll probably take that now, the fact that I'm so close to it, and it's quite a... Nothing's an easy pot because you've got to keep your concentration. The easiest of pots sometimes can get you undone if you don't concentrate. A little bit of a dance there. I'd say she was rehearsing where that white ball's going to go, depending on how she hits it. She's played that nicely. She's come round. Made sure she doesn't snooker herself behind the black. It's a relatively easy pot in the bottom right hand pocket. Nice angle to come out, black into the middle right hand pocket. Ooh, a little bit short. A little bit short. She's got a little bit of an angle to take it to the top right. I don't think she'll take the fine cut into the middle because she'll lose the white. I'd say she'll be looking for the angle into the top right hand pocket and just stun the white and leave it pretty close to where the black is. No, she's taken the middle. And she's done it. She's leveled the score. Amy Beauchamp, 5. Katie Martyn, 5. Both players from England. The number 4 seed versus the number 2. So this is match. She's caught her after trailing. About 5 frames to 1. She's gradually pegged her way back. It's a race to 7. Which player can win 2 frames? Of course, the other match is tightened now as well. There's only 1 frame in it, where Barbara Taylor, the defending champion, trails 5 frames to 6 against Sharon James, both players from England. It's the top 4 seeds into the semi-finals this year, which is how the organisers expect it, but doesn't normally happen. But this year it has, and the scores now certainly tell the tale of your top 4 seeds being in these semi-finals, because they're both very close. So which way will this go? Can Katie find the energy to find a couple of big frames and get herself across the line? But it's Amy to have the first break. Yellow's in the middle. The red disappears as well. It's a big break, no ball touching the cushion. Wow. That's the sort of break you like to see. If you've just stepped up to the table and Amy would say, I'd love to just pot out from here and be in the lead for the first time in this match. She's got that yellow which is close to the red. Not sure if it goes past the yellow into the middle, because you could possibly take that yellow over the top right hand pocket nice and slow and leave yourself on the yellow into the middle if it's on. You can't quite see how close the red and the yellow are up there. She seems to like reds. Takes the red into the middle pocket. Even though that red's tied up down the top end of the table, she's chosen reds. She may have plans to put that red into the top left if she gets the right position. But I'm talking about a two-time world champion. I think I'll let her show me. Nice putt. There we go. Ooh, not quite. That's what she was trying to do. She had the angle to get position on that red. Now she's got to ask the referee, is it a touching ball? Because if it's touching, she's deemed to have hit it and has to fire away. I think the referee said that it's not touching. So it means she's got to hit another red for it to be a legal shot. I think she's underhit that. She would have liked, the direction was there. Or maybe she was just playing for that white to be where it is. Starting to feel for Katie. She's wondering, how can I get these last two frames? Is she going to have a go here? I don't think so. She can take that yellow to the top left-hand pocket. So it looks like Sharon James has won the match. 7-5 on the other table, so the defending champion is out of the tournament. Sharon James into the grand final. Can Katie cause an upset on this table as well? So Sharon James potentially a new world champion. Martyn at the table at the moment, looking to take this yellow into the middle. It's a nice pot. I think that yellow in the middle of the table does cut into the middle pocket there. But will she go for that? Will she go down to the top right and pot that yellow slow and bring that yellow across to the middle left? There's also the chance that if she pots this yellow in the middle of the table into the... Okay, no need to talk about that when she's going down to the end. So how will she play this? Looks like she's going to play firm and go around, and she's missed the pot. She's missed the pot. Things are not working out for Katie as they were at the start of the match. She's stuck on 5 frames. And of course Amy has only just got to the 5 frames to level the scores. So she must be playing. That's an interesting shot. Not sure what she was trying to do there. I think she was trying to send it round the angles, maybe into that middle pocket on the right. Interesting, those two balls, the red and the yellow at the top end have been there all frame from the beginning. Was she trying to disturb him now? No. Okay, this is the setup we've been talking about from the start of this frame, where she's managed to pot that ball in the corner. Now looking for this yellow to go in the middle pocket, middle left, of course. She's having a good look at it. Look at it. And she's missed. And she's missed. These are the shots that were going in those first 4 frames. But it's not happening for Katie Martyn now. All these reds are out in the open. Black's out in the open. Amy's got a chance to take the lead for the very first time in this match. Number 2 seed. At the moment, it's looking good for her to possibly take another spot in the grand final. But these balls need to be potted. I'm sure she's not thinking that way at the moment. She would have just been thinking about getting that ball down the pocket in the top left-hand corner, and it didn't happen. Katie's still got another opportunity here. Can she do it? She could put that ball into the middle right, stun back for yellow into the middle left. Let's see how she executes it. She's tried to force it. Wonderful result, but missed the pot. Well, good result. Still work to do. If she had potted it, of course, there are the dangers. I didn't think she needed to force it that way. I thought that she could just pot and stun back, put white in the middle, and then worry about that last yellow. Sorry, put yellow in the middle. And anyway, we're with Amy Beauchamp now. Again, Amy has the opportunity to take the lead for the first time in this match, in this Ladies World Championships semi-final, the Supreme World 8-Ball Championships for 2019, coming to you from the Imperial Hotel here in Blackpool. Here we go. Let's ride the drama with Amy. Although not quite too dramatic yet. She's still got a couple of frames to go, but for her, it could be the first time that she's in the lead. And she would be oozing with confidence if she manages to get this frame. It's going to bounce. So she's got this red in the bottom left, and the white will naturally come out. It would depend on where she wants to put the black or the 8-ball as to how she plays this in terms of pace. That's going to go. That's in. She's on the black in this semi-final. Black to the middle pocket. She's taking her time on this shot. Amy Beauchamp takes the lead, 6 frames to 5 for the very first time in this match. This semi-final between Katie Martyn and Amy Beauchamp. Amy Beauchamp 6, Katie Martyn 5. Can Katie kick back? Can she get back that lead? If she gets back the lead, she wins the semi-final. If she doesn't get back that lead, she'll have to wait another year to try and make the final. And she'll be looking back saying, wow, I had that match. I was 5-1 up, 5-2 up. Had a wonderful start. But that's pull, and that's what world champions do. They come back at you. We saw Barbara Taylor nearly get back in the other match, but she finished up going down 7-5 to Sharon James. Looks like there's a bit of a break in this match. And of course, these are the World 8-Ball Pool Federation sanctioned World Championships, which are held every year. And they've been here in Blackpool, England for quite some time now. I think it's about 15 years that we've been here in Blackpool at this wonderful Imperial Hotel, which is very characteristic. Of course, this live streaming, wherever you're watching it, hope you're enjoying it. It's our pleasure to bring it to you, the World 8-Ball Pool Federation live stream, brought to you by Yvonne Armitage, who provides all the technical expertise to make it happen. Tournament Director Alan Benton, with the assistance of George Harwood, and lots of wonderful work in the background by our skilled staff, table engineer Stan Grant, who works tirelessly for days before the event to get it together. During the event, Mr. Fix-It, whatever goes wrong, he's expected to have a solution. Of course, all the table crew on the top table taking information and feeding it into the computers in order to give results and outcomes for players. We thank all the countries that have participated at these World Championships this year, both in participation of the games and in participation of administering the game in terms of attending the annual general meeting. It's been very well attended. Tomorrow is finals day, of course, so you can stay tuned all day today and tomorrow for some world-class 8-ball. Of course, the World 8-Ball Pool Federation started way back in 1992. The founding countries were New Zealand, Australia and England. Of course, New Zealand we haven't seen for a few years, and if anybody's watching in New Zealand, it's a big call out there for you guys to come back. We'd love to see you here, be part of the family. We know that you play lots of pool over there, and we'd love to see you partner up with Australia and England again and all the other countries that take part. Okay, the referees first back to the table. Yeah, so we've been going since 1992, 27, this is the 27th World Championship. And the way it's always worked so far is that England has been the hosts. It's been convenient in the fact that because it's very close for all the European countries, and of course we've got to make special mention of people like Australia and South Africa that have supported these World Championships and have to travel long distances, in particular Australia, who've been doing this for 27 years with particularly big squads in the last 20 plus years, entering just about every event. It's some mammoth effort, and we sincerely thank them. Okay, Katie Martyn to break. Big break, but just what seems to happen with these things. When it starts to turn, it turns. Every ball off the cushion, but no ball potted. Amy Beauchamp. This is the situation that she would have liked. But she's not going to go for it from here. She's just going to play tight. She's got the patience. Has she left a gap there for that white to go through and pot that red into the middle? She's going to play tight as well, I suspect. There's not much she can do. Careful bridge to make sure she doesn't foul. That's the last thing you want in this situation. Only one frame to go for Amy to find a spot into the grand final. Katie Martyn, she needs to pull out all stops here. But this is Amy at the table. Okay, she's gone for a cannon there to try and make something. Katie Martyn. Okay, any neutrals out there? It's probably barracking for the underdog. Would like to see Katie peg this back and make it 6-all. It's a nice pot. Should give her a bit of heart. I don't think that there's yellow next to those two reds. I don't think it comes across to this bottom right hand pocket. And she's going to separate that yellow and red by the looks. It's the only ball that she could be going for down at that end of the table. Now she's looking.
30 seconds.
It's a better shot. High bridge to avoid. Okay, so she's run that. It's a nice safety shot. Very delicate shot to just run off that yellow. It looks like it may have gone. It looked a good shot from that other angle, but I think she's definitely on those two reds. Oh, yeah. Definitely on those two reds. Those two reds are going to disappear into pockets, I believe. I'd say Amy would take that. So the only... Yeah, she's looking at how she's going to disturb those two reds next to that yellow. I won't try and predict. I think I prefer her to show me. Another red into the top left. She may take the red nearest the cushion and run it down to this bottom right hand corner. Or the red on the left here goes into this bottom left hand pocket. Seems to have the perfect angle for that. You can see confidence is now appearing to surface with Amy and her body language. It's a lovely shot. Just promoting it to this bottom right hand pocket. So take a few big shots if she was going to pot out from here. Katie Martyn, she's got to do something special here if she's going to get back into this match. Sure, all her supporters would be egging her on and hoping that she can bounce back after leading all match up until this last frame. Amy hit the front for the very first time to go 6-5 up. Prior to that she trailed all match. Amy Beauchamp, the number 2 seed. She would know now that the defending champion is out in Barbara Taylor. So I'd say she'd naturally go into the final favourite if she makes it. And shots like that, which make her a 2-time world champion. It's a beautiful double, which got through what appeared to be fractions of an inch either side. She'd be studying how she's going to get those two balls next to that white into a pocket. Yeah, there we go. It would appear that there's a plant there. So that's what she's going to attempt right now. And that goes just missed. And of course it's put the black to a safe haven. People would be saying, come on, Katie. They'd be hoping that she can win this frame. We want to see that all decider when the nerves are really happening, although for Katie at the moment. It'd be hard to tell what she's feeling. Either she's really cool and saying that I've got to stay cool, I've got to stay cool. If I'm going to do this, can't get too nervous. Have to keep that cue flowing freely without inhibition. steady, all of a sudden that free flow becomes a careful, more reserved cueing action. Just taking this to the top left, difficult shot. No, missed the pot there. Is this Amy's moment? See, it's probably going for the extension. Yep, it's got the extension on the cue. She obviously doesn't like to use the bridge. So she's taking that red into the middle left. Just nudges the yellow forward. Now she's going to try and cut that red nearest the yellow into this red over the bottom right hand pocket. No, I think she'll take the red which is on the cushion and run it down. Okay, I think she probably would have liked to get the pot, but that's okay. She's got two reds over the pocket, this bottom right hand pocket, the black, which needs a pretty fancy double if someone's going to pot it, because it's certainly not going to go into this bottom right hand pocket. So Katie's up against it. Can she pull something special off here? All the neutrals would be hoping she can, just to see that last deciding frame. I'm sure Amy would like to finish it off right now. Things just... it's a funny game. It's hard to describe the emotion that comes over you when you're playing this game and you get into those tense stages. It's the players that are able to keep that free flowing cueing action all the way through, no matter what pressure is happening, that get the most frames on the board and the most wins. And I guess it all comes with practice and confidence and skill, both natural and developed skill. Amy on the reds, Katie on the yellows. Looks like she's going for the yellow nearest the cushion, the pot in the top left hand pocket. She's managed to pot that. Every pot seems to be getting harder for Katie, but she's still in it. She's still in it. She's going to try and run this yellow down into this bottom left hand pocket. Yeah, she's played that in a way where she's felt, I need to pot this, because any shot now, Amy's just going to win this frame. She could take this red ball nearest the right jaw and probably send the white to the top of the screen and get position on that lonely red down the top. The way she's shaping up, she may even feel confident she's just going to play that red. If she pots it, she keeps going. If she doesn't, she figures she's got time. She reckons unlikely her opponent's going to pot out here. I think time has come for Katie. Have a go. Pot these four yellows and give that black a little bit of a ride into one of those pockets at the other end of the table. That's a first pot. 3 yellows to go. So this yellow into the bottom left-hand pocket, as all 3 of these yellows I suspect will be going if she can pot them. Maybe she's going to try and play into the black. No. I thought that maybe she was shaping up with a firm shot. That would have been really brave, to try and find the angle to smash into the black and get it out of there. I think she's just looking to pot these yellows as we called. The big question mark will be whether she does give the black a little bit of a ride and tries to find the angle to put it into one of those middle pockets or that top left-hand pocket. And she's gone a bit short there. She's left herself a fine cut on this yellow. Can she do it? Yeah, she's got the pot. She's got the pot. Listen to the roar if she pots this. She's trying to work out the angles. Having a good look. I think it might be, I think probably top left-hand corner is the best chance. She's looking for that angle. Let's say the referee be calling 30 seconds soon. Of course you get 60 seconds to have a shot. After 30 seconds you get a 30-second warning. Here we go. Let's ride this shot. No, unfortunately it's heading back into the same direction where it was. Thought she was going to foul and make it laid out on a plate for Amy. Amy's still got a little bit of work to do, but she would be thinking, I should have this now. She's probably going to take the red at the top right first, because she could get caught. If she plays that red nearest the right jaw down here, might even just jaw these 2 balls here, so she's going to be going for the extension. Whereas by potting that red at the top, in the top right hand corner, her white will come back. And she'll have a choice of which red she goes for, which makes sure that she makes the pots. Okay, this is coming back. Is there any drama left in this match? Amy Beauchamp, 3 shots away from making another grand final. And this, nothing's elementary, but red in the bottom, take the white around, black in the same pocket. Comes around, leaves herself a little angle. There we go. This is probably the last pot of the match. And Amy Beauchamp, world champion 2 times, gets her opportunity into the grand final in 2019 to win her 3rd. She defeats Katie Martyn 7 frames to 5. Congratulations to Amy Beauchamp, and she'll come across in the final Sharon James. Congratulations to both those ladies for making the 2019 Ladies World Championships singles final.